Welcome to the Empowered Podcast with Deanna Merlino, an all-encompassing personal development show where I will be sharing with you just how to transform yourself into the best version of you, both inside and out. From wellness, entrepreneurship, spirituality, and manifestation, I'll be showing you exactly how to live your best life. I will be keeping it as real and raw as it gets. So get ready to peel back the layers and really transform yourself under the surface. Because nothing is better than finding your purpose and living this life as your true, authentic self. Welcome back, Empowered Fam. First things first, I just want to apologize of all the noises that could be happening, all the things. My dog's panting like a lunatic because he just got done chasing the neighbor up and down. And I have them locked in here because I just put the baby down to go to bed and he's not in bed yet. He's pounding on the wall and just jibber jabbering away. So there's and Merle's still outside barking. So all the noises tonight, but welcome to the show. Okay. So last week we talked about the Empowered Fitness Retreat that is coming up August 25th to 27th. It's all inclusive. It is an early bird sale right now for $7.99. You can get your spot locked in for a $250 deposit and then make payments up until the retreat. So you need to be there, all lodging, all food, all of the fitness programs, sessions, workshops, all the goods, all the enjoyment, all the fun, all the memories, all the community, all the amazing things. If you have not gotten signed up yet, get signed up, save the money because you're going to want to be there. I can't tell you how many times it happens where someone books last minute and they're like, I wish I had taken advantage of the early bird sale. So don't be that person and get yourself signed up. So, okay, today's episode is all about authenticity and how when you are your most authentic expression of yourself, you are going to live your most abundant life in all of the ways. And so you guys have heard me talk about Catherine Zankina, the manifestation babe, 1,000 million times. And I'm signed up for her text messages. So she sends out a channeled text message every day, kind of just like a motivational thing or some sort of insight or a tip or something like that. And one that she sent recently, I'm going to read it to you. And it says, want to create a reality wilder than your wildest dreams? Start living as the most authentic version of yourself. Show up unapologetically in everything you do and watch as the mind-blowing manifestations that are a vibrational match to your unique energy effortlessly unfold for you. And so that just really resonated with me. It just like rang a bell in my body because that is what this entire podcast has been about from day one, was living your life as your most authentic self. I say it in I don't know if it's the intro or the outro, but like that is one of my keynote things that I offer to people, and the opportunity to look at themselves and live their most authentic life. And little by little, that is what I have been doing too, because I know I've said it before and I'll say it again, but I am doing this with you. And so as I am doing it, I just want to be your guiding light that gives you the ability to do it too. It is so proven that like when you have proof that one person can do it, that you can do it too, that you have the opportunity to do a thing, whether it's be successful or be honest or be happy or be loved or loving or forgive, whatever it is, right? Fill in the blank. When you live your authentic life, your life will be the most beautiful, magical, amazing thing you could ever imagine. And so that is what I thrive to do. So I can be the poster child of what you want to do with your life, because if I can do it, you can do it. And so let's dive deeper. Let's really dig into living your authentic life and how I've been working at being my true self, because it's been quite a journey and it's not always easy. Sometimes it's easier to fit in the mold, to fit in the box that society put on you, fit in the personality that your parents painted for you, fit in the being the thing that got you this far, but the thing that got you this far is not going to take you to your next level. And if you want to live the fullest expression of yourself and have the most wild dream life, then you're going to have to really shine the light on what it is you truly want and who you really want to be and who you really want to express to the world, because we tend to keep it locked away because we don't want to rock the boat. We don't want to rough the waters, right? But that does not get us anywhere. And so I want to hit on a few things where it was hard for me or where I held back from going full throttle for a while because I was nervous of upsetting. Not that I ever thought I'd lose the people that I love, because I'm very fortunate to, I know that I am truly loved by the people in my life because I only surround myself with people I know who genuinely love me. But still, there's the fear of judgment. There's the fear of, people always say, oh, will you change? Yeah, no shit. I've been trying to change. That's the point. Because the version of me that you knew 1, 2, 3, 5, 10+ years ago, I don't want to be that girl. I don't want to live that life. But there still is that. I shouldn't say anymore. I think I have like fully uncovered all the things that, at least up until this point of my life, I want to express. But there was that fear, and it did hold me back. So let's talk about them. The first was this goes multi-directional, but my husband's family, specifically my mother-in-law, who she's probably going to hear this, and that's okay. I have nothing bad to say, but I was afraid of showing my true colors when it came to some of my beliefs and some of my energetic practices and some of the modalities that I have learned, because my mother-in-law is very, very, very committed and devout in her faith, and that's amazing. And quite frankly, so am I. However, I know that it can be difficult for people to see outside of what they know. It can be uncomfortable. It can be a little scary. And the things that I practice and I preach, I know were not things that were really part of her world or part of her realm. And for the longest time, I was afraid of upsetting her, or I was afraid that she would disown me. And that's my husband's mom. So like there was a lot to navigate there. And the most beautiful blessing that I have received, sorry, my dog's also crying in the background. I hope you can't hear him. But one of the most beautiful blessings that I've received is that she received me with open arms. I don't think I shared this on here. Maybe I did, but I think it was Christmas, she got me the most beautiful gifts that were so me. Like, to know that she truly makes an effort to see me, I don't have words for that. I mean, she got me like a Reiki infused angel energized scrub and a tree of life bracelet and a moonstone necklace and this beautiful handmade blanket that said, in a world of roses, I'm a wildflower, something like that. Usually I have it on this chair and I don't have it in here today, but I felt so seen and so loved. And she comes to some of my healing classes, and I know some things are out of her comfort zone, but she still makes an effort to be in my life and love me and see me. And that is priceless. And that has given me such a permission slip, because I cherish our relationship and our connection. And that's not something that I would ever want to jeopardize. And so her seeing me and still loving me allowed me to feel safe and expanding. And so I'm so grateful for that. And then you guys are going to be able to see my dog in the back. He is freaking out because the other one, Merle, is still outside, but this one, Chance, is far more annoying. So I had to bring him in. The neighbor is outside trying to have a bonfire like normal human beings, and he just can't handle it. For those of you who don't know, my dog Chance is blind, and he is a pain in my butt when it comes to pretty much anything. He barks at everything, overreacts at everything, but like I don't judge, because I probably would too if I was blind. So sending you love, Chance. Okay, moving on to the next, really important relationship in my life is my mom. I feel like she doesn't fully understand the version of me that I am now, but she still loves me and she still supports me, and she does her best to be supportive of everything that I do. And it was really amazing because I've heard the saying, it's like coming out of the closet, like the woo-woo closet, when you start leaving your stuff out around the house. Like my house is littered with crystals, guys, like all the crystals. I have a crystal for everything, every ailment, every energy, every room has a specific thing. Like if you're coming in my house, you are good to go. This is a nice, safe place. And so when my mom comes and stays in our spare room, I have a whole host. That's where most of my stuff is. That's where I do my healing sessions. That's where I do my ceremonies. So all my stuff is in there. And I remember I would always take it down every single time in my oracle decks and all the things. And semi recently, I just left it all up. I mean, I went so much so is that when she stayed over, I had a healing or a student ceremony in her room, and I set up my crystal grid and I did my stuff right in front of her. And she didn't even bat an eye. She honestly didn't say anything, and not like in the, oh, I'm so uncomfortable, I don't know what to say. Like, she literally didn't care. Like, she just let me do my thing, and then continues to tell me that she's proud of me. And every time we hold one of our retreats on the land, she always helps me set up and she buys me new stuff. Like, she bought me this Buddha statue, and like, always buys us palm trees and just goes out of her way to assist us. She'll help clean, she'll help all the things. Like, no matter what, she loves me and supports me. And again, that is priceless. And she has been that and done that my whole life in all the things. There has been relationships that I've been in where she wanted to light them on fire and she didn't. She loved on them anyhow, because she knew if she didn't support me, she let her opinion be known for sure, but she would rather have me in her life doing something that isn't in her alley or she doesn't fully approve of than to have the opportunity to possibly lose me. And especially when I was unhealed and when I had a lot to work through, that's how I dealt with things. Was if I knew that if I was in a bad place in my life, if I knew that I was having a hard time paying my bills, or if I knew I was in a sketchy relationship that my parents wouldn't approve of, if I knew that whatever it was, I would just distance myself because I didn't want to disappoint them. It wasn't to hurt them, but it was I was hiding, which in turn hurt them. But so point being, my mom has always been one of my biggest supporters, and I'm so appreciative of her. And she always, always, always wanted me to shoot for my dreams and go after the things that made me happy. And she's still continuing to do that after all these years. And it's really amazing. And knowing that my mom can still love me and support me in this new phase of growth and expansion and healing in my life, and have her in my corner, is again priceless. And then the last really bigger one that I'll bring up is, I mean, kind of with my husband. I try to not get too personal with anything outside of me, but point being is, when I met my husband, he definitely would have loved if I was a little more modest. I mean, that version of Deanna, 8 years ago, was still bartending. I was used to being the wild child on the bar, like all the things. I was really heavy into modeling at the time. And even back then, he didn't love it. Still loved me, but didn't love it. And so I've definitely calmed down over the years, especially since I left the bartending world in, 2018. And then I had my son, and that really was like the cherry on the cake. Like, I went from a 20 to a 10 to a 2. Like, we're in a completely opposite realm now. But I really felt called to doing that class that I had with Savannah, which was all about, healing and standing in your feminine power and really owning your sensuality and all the ways that we had our power taken from us in any way, shape, or form, and suppressing our voice and other to make others happy or not stir the waters, rock the boat. Anytime you aren't speaking your authentic truth and letting your freak flag fly, you are only hurting yourself and hurting others, because you're telling them that they need to do it too. Like, be a permission slip. Don't be a fire putter outer. I don't have a word for that, but you get my point. And so I sat down and had a conversation with him and told him, like, hey, this is something that I want to do. It is women only. It's going to be in a contained, place, but I am going to be doing promo videos that were probably out of your comfort zone type of thing. But when I sat down with him, had the conversation, I've had several episodes about having the uncomfortable conversation for your greater good. That was, we're at the point in our relationship where we talk about everything. I have nothing to hide. We're truly on the same page. So it really wasn't an uncomfortable situation, but I also broke down, I really showed him the science of what somatic healing does for your system and healing, and really explain why I was doing that and why I wanted to be a poster child for women taking their power back and stop being silenced in ways that they're told to because society wants them to, or because it makes people uncomfortable and blah, 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 all those things, right? Like, I am the epitome of I'm going to do what is best for me, and I want to help others do the same too, even if it makes people uncomfortable, even if it's not something that you've heard before, seen before, and know, or maybe you've even been told that this is frowned upon, this is wrong, this is the opposite of what you should be doing. That is not my worry. That is not my priority, and that is not my responsibility to coddle those feelings. What I am here to do is to heal and to help you heal with the things that I heal through, and to learn the lessons so that you can learn the lesson and get through the lesson faster. And so because I have continuously been living my life as my authentic self, and I continue to make the decisions that I'm going to live in authenticity, and I'm going to speak my truth, and I'm going to speak my mind, and I'm going to state my beliefs, no matter who doesn't agree with them and no matter who it upsets, that is why I am successful. And that is why I'm going to be insanely successful. I will always live authentically, and I will always hold space for you to live authentically. I will always cheer you on to live authentically, and I will always be proof that you can live authentically. So I hope that something in this episode resonated with you. I hope that something in this episode gives you the courage to say the thing, do the thing, be the thing, chase the thing. And if it resonated with you, share it. Give me some love. Tag a friend. Post me on social media. If you have not left me a beautiful written and 5-star review on wherever you're listening to this podcast, please, please, please do. It helps me out so much. I really have the intention to grow and really scale this podcast now moving forward, even more so than I have now. And every bit of love and share and comment, all the things really, truly helps me. And the more you help me, the more I can help you. It is a full, ever-connected love circle. Is that a thing? I don't know. I love you all so much. I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing week, and I will see you next week on the Empowered Podcast. I can't wait to see you again soon.
Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. If you want to find out more, you can follow me on Instagram at Empowered with Deanna and my personal page, Fit Deanna Lolita. You can also visit me on my website, which is deannamerlinofit.com. Make sure that whatever platform you guys are listening on, please rate and subscribe. And this means so much to me. It's going to help get me out there to help so many other people. I'm so grateful that you're here with me on this journey of wellness and self-empowerment. I cannot promise that it will always be easy, but I do know that it will always be worth it. Stick with me, and together, let's start living as the version of us that we were meant to be. Because the world is waiting for your gifts, and you deserve to live the life of your wildest dreams and beyond. So friends, let's get empowered.